Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're looking at this interview from. Hello and welcome. This is another episode of My Hair, My Journey. And this platform was created to celebrate as well as educate people on natural hair. With me today, I have Tamika HenryFraser, and she is someone that I look up to when it comes to natural hair. So I'm excited to have this interview with her, and I'm sure that she's very excited to share some of her knowledge of natural hair and her hair journey with you guys. So this episode will start in 30 seconds. All right, guys, we are live. And as always, if you have any questions, any comments, any concerns, leave them in the comment section and we will answer them as best to our ability. But without further ado, I want you to put your virtual hands together and welcome Tamika to the platform. Hi.
Yay. Hi.
How are you? How are you?
Oh, I am good. I'm excited. I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me on the show.
It's my pleasure. It's my pleasure. When I was thinking of this is something I wanted to do, you're definitely very high on the list of somebody that I wanted on the show. I just feel like So thank you very much. So before we get into, your natural hair, can you tell us a little bit about who Tamika is?
Okay, Tamika is still a work in progress. And that's usually my answer when anybody asks me who I am, because I feel like every day I'm learning, every day I'm growing, and it's really difficult to put yourself in a box and to define yourself. So I'll say that. On paper, I'm a forensic scientist, and I'm also the CEO of CurlFit, which is Guyana's annual natural hair and beauty expo. And as of this year, I'm also the owner of Guyana's first natural hair store dedicated to curly hair kids. And that store is called Curly's. Yay!
Very, very nice. So there's a lot of things. Also, there's CurlFit and this Curl. We're going to talk a little bit about those ventures later down in the episode, but that's very nice. Congratulations on your store. I'm sure it's doing well. I know I have one friend who she's more like a sister to me, who, I've seen her push curlies on her own page because she used it in her daughter's hair. So I know, of the stuff. And of course, I follow the page as well. So congratulations once again.
Thank you.
So let's start off with the question I like to start every interview with, and just how long have you been natural?
I have been natural since 2010, or at least officially natural. When I was young, my hair was relaxed like maybe once a year, once every 2 years, just depending on, I guess how good I was or how affordable TCB was at the time. But I think as a proper natural, I started that journey in 2010. So about 10 years.
About 10 years. That's good. Congratulations. That's a very long time. So what, so you said, you would have it like sometimes once a year, you would have it treated. So what prompted this long extension of time that you decided to wear your hair natural?
So 2010 for me was a year of such personal growth. And then that really happened because I had just finished university. I had returned home and I felt like I grew up at university and I came back again as a completely different person. And so for me, it was really just trying to transition back into being in Guyana and my, I guess, overseas identity fitting here. And then I did the Miss Universe pageant because I felt like I really wanted to be a positive role model. When I did that, I had relaxed hair and I went to Las Vegas and I had this experience where my beauty was not represented. There were no natural hair girls, there were no natural hair judges. And I felt like it was a reflection of something that was not me. And so when I came home from the pageant, I was like, okay, this hair has to go. These extensions have to go. And I really want to start fresh as just Tamika and be very proud of that on and off stage. And so that's where the big chop, my big chop really came from.
I think it's such a beautiful story. And I'm happy that that you were at least able to see that that there was a lack of representation and you wanted to do something to change it. I think that's absolutely amazing. So can you tell us about your big chop experience? What was that like for you? What yeah, was it like scary? Was it like, oh my God, this is something I have to do? Was it a beautiful experience when it was all over? How was it for you?
For me, it was, oh my God, oh my goodness, I'm finally cutting off this hair. So in 2010, I started like a bit of a transition thing. And then early 2011 is when I actually did my big chop. So I woke up one morning, I spoke to my boyfriend, who's now my husband. I'm like, babe, I want to go and cut off this hair. And so like right away, he took me to his barber and we just did it. It was like a split-second decision. And for me, it was really, I was just fed up with the hair. And I wanted to start over. Yeah, I'm like Acacia. I'm one of those real lazy naturals.
Oh,
So
okay.
transitioning, transitioning was not for me. I could not do the double texture. I'm like, listen, bald head and easy. That's what I want.
So how was that like? Was that like with walking around with? Did you get like any sexy bald head comments? Like, what was it when?
Honestly, it was annoying because people see bald heads as an invitation to rub or touch or knuckle or comment on it.
Yeah. That's what I asked about the sexy bald head thing, because I don't think I've ever met a bald headed woman that was not called sexy bald head before.
Yes.
It's like it's first conversation. It's such an interesting thing,
people just see it as an invitation, as a conversation starter. And I guess I can understand that. But I mean, people, up your compliment game, up your pickup lines.
Exactly. So going into this whole, big chop decision that you made, was there any piece of advice that you wish that you received before you decided to make this jump into going natural for forever and not on and off?
I wish I knew that cutting off my hair would bring a lot of focus on my face. I'm somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup. I don't usually prune my eyebrows really skinny, and I'm like just au natural again because I'm kind of lazy with that kind of stuff. But once you cut your hair really short, a lot of focus is placed on your face, and so you really do have to make sure that you have nice glowing skin and just really take care of your skin, because that kind of becomes a focal point once you have short hair.
I've never heard anybody say that before, but I learn new things as I'm doing this series as well. So that's really interesting. And I at least now we know. And for those of you who are contemplating doing the big chop, that's something that you need to consider if that's the type of thing that you want to consider. So now I want
skincare.
Skincare is very important too. So I want to talk about your CurlFit endeavor. And I heard you say earlier about going to Miss Universe, right, and not seeing representation. So I will ask you, of course you can say no if it's not that, but is that why you decided to do and host CurlFit?
That is a major part of why I decided to host CurlFit. I wanted to do something where we could have a celebration of my kind of beauty, and not even just my kind of beauty, but any woman who felt marginalized or not represented or not empowered. I wanted us to have a space in a community where we would be able to have that moment to be like, hey, look at how beautiful I am. Celebrate me as well. And so the idea for CurlFit was born a long time ago. I didn't know what it was actually going to be and what shape it would take, but I knew that I wanted that. And then I also wanted a place for women to be able to access products and information on how to take care of our hair, because honestly, we were never taught really how to do it. The focus was always on how to care for relaxed, silky, straight hair. And so at the time when I became a natural, a lot of products weren't available locally. A lot of salons weren't doing natural hair locally. And so there was a bit of a struggle to actually get access to those kinds of resources. And so CurlFit really had that dual purpose of being a space for celebration and also a resource for hair education.
That is amazing. And so I know that to date, CurlFit is one of the largest events in Ghana, and it's something that is heavily looked forward to. Like people at the beginning of the year, people are like, we're looking forward to CurlFit. That's something. So was this something expected going into CurlFit, or was it just a happy welcoming?
Oh, girl, no. We had no idea what we were doing. So when my friend and I, Denisha, late Denisha Victor, when we started CurlFit, we had no idea that CurlFit was going to be what it is today. We were honestly floored by the support and by the number of women and men that actually responded to CurlFit and needed that CurlFit space. And so every year we are so pleasantly surprised and so grateful for the support that we've gotten from the public in regards to how much people really genuinely love CurlFit.
That is absolutely amazing. I unfortunately have never had the opportunity to attend, but I'm like, next year, come hell or high water, I'm definitely going to be.
You better.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be there. So we have CurlFit, which is an amazing platform, and I think it celebrates and educates, as you said. But we also see a turn from a lot of small entrepreneurs as well, doing their thing in the natural hair industry, or just in general, and them having that space as well to advertise their business. And I think that's absolutely amazing as well. So I just want to commend you guys for allowing small business owners in Guyana to have an opportunity to display their products and stuff. So I want to now talk about Curly's, the inspiration behind it, where the location, that kind of thing.
So the inspiration for Curly's was really, what did I want when I was a little girl? I wanted a store that had my products from my hair. I wanted a store where I could get toys or books or things that reflected me. I wanted to feel like I was beautiful just the way that I am. And unfortunately, when I was growing up, I didn't have that. I had the Barbie dolls that didn't look like me, the cartoons that didn't look like me, and the TV stars that didn't look like me and didn't even sound like me. And so I felt that I should go back in time and do something for the young Tamikas, for the young ARKHs, for the young girls who did not have that. And that's why Curly's really focuses on kids, because to me, if you bring up a child in the right way, that message is going to continue for generations and generations and generations. So that's why Curly's really focuses on kids. Curly's is an online store. We actually don't have a physical location, which is funny because I was going to start Curly's in 2020 anyway. And that is the year when all businesses ended up being really focused on online business. I'm like, man, coming into my space.
Exactly.
Yeah, but Curly's is based online. We do delivery in Georgetown and for the most part, the outskirts of Georgetown. And it's just a website, curlys.com. Very, very easy to find.
So guys, if you go check out curlys.com, and of course also follow CurlFit on Instagram and Facebook, so that you can be updated with everything that's going on. We have a question from Sandra. I'm sure it's a rhetorical one. She's like, where was Curly's when my 3 girls when I was raising my 3 girls? So true, because she needed all the help she can get. That's a little secret.
Listen, all of our parents did. I used to get 2 big plaques on the side. Like, that was it. That's what I used to get.
So I'm happy about it. And another reason why I like Curly's is because I hear a lot of my friends, and so they say they're happy that we have this, like, we understand our hair, we have more education for our hair now. And so when we make our offspring, we don't have to relax or anything like that. We can just continue doing what we have been doing. And I think that's so great that we don't have to go that route. I mean, people straighten for many different reasons, but now we don't have to. So I'm very happy about that. So I want to talk to you or ask you sometimes as women who wear natural hair, we might have unpleasant experience. So have you ever been the victim of any sort of discrimination, any snark remark or anything like that? And you've had a long time in You're natural. So I don't want to say I'm sure you have a story, but maybe there's been, in 10 years, maybe something has happened.
Something has happened. Well, you're not wrong. The first time I rocked the ball head, like in public or in the media, it was when I was handing over the 2010 Miss Universe crown to the 2011 winner. And I did that bald, and it was such a shocker to have a bald queen. I got a lot of comments like, your beauty was in your hair. Oh my God, what did you do? You've ruined your image. You're never gonna work in TV again. Of course, that's not what happened. People actually embraced the look, and I'm still doing media. I'm still in TV, and I'm still really pushing that positive image of just being yourself. So that was my first really negative experience. Another bad experience I had that I always remember is when Denisha and I were first planning CurlFit, and we were trying to find a venue for CurlFit. We got turned away from so many people. So many people, because the comments were like, we don't want any ghetto events at our venue. We don't want any Black people event at our venue. Nobody cares about Black hair. Like, we got those kinds of comments, which was really, it was really off-putting. Like we were surprised. We were shocked when that happened. But it's been a couple of ignorant comments here and there, and we see that as an opportunity to really educate people and not to really hit that negativity with more negativity. So yeah, so that those have been my experiences for the most part. But I've heard many stories about women who've told their hair is not professional. They can't have certain jobs if they have their hair a certain way. They can't be in certain security forces if they have their hair a certain way. And I just want to go on record as saying that your hair has absolutely nothing to do with your level of competence or intelligence. Exactly. As a matter of fact, choosing to be yourself and to boldly be yourself is a sign that you are self-aware, that you are, you're educated about yourself and your background, and that actually adds to your overall intelligence and competence. It's not the other way around, and folks need to get that straight.
I think that's absolutely amazing. And I'm very surprised that with CurlFit, those were some of the, I'm sitting here in slight shock, but those were some of the remarks that you guys received. But I love that, these people can now look at CurlFit and be like, dang, we missed out, because this is a big thing now. And I also am happy that, even after those remarks about you not being able to be in media anymore, that you were able to just break the status quo of what, beauty was at the time in Ghana, and you're still doing media and you're still, doing CurlFit and all these things. I think that's absolutely amazing. And this is why you're one of the people I look up to, because you're just a trailblazer in my eyes. And I think that's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I'm over here blushing.
So we have some questions coming in, and one of them are you more focused on length or thickness, or both? And do you have a goal?
I am more focused on length, because honestly, the thicker my hair gets, the harder it is to manage. So I'm really focused on length. I did a big job in late February of this year. Pretty much on Matrimony Day, and I've really missed my length. I've missed putting my hair in a ponytail. I've missed being able to braid my hair and do the twist outs and so on. So I really, I focus more so on length and length retention.
Okay. So are there any products then that you would use, or any products that you would like to tell the people, maybe you should try this? What does Tamika use in her hair?
I focus quite a bit on the health of my scalp. And I really nurture my scalp, because I believe that from good soil can come a good plant. Yeah. So for my scalp, I do a lot of natural scalp scrubs using things like sugar and coconut oil. I also do scalp massages with castor oil. And I also like to use a lot of shea butter as well in my hair. When it comes to styling products, I like to use gel. Gel doesn't always work for a lot of people, but I'm actually really fond of the extreme wet look gel. I like that. And I also like this is this really, really cheap gel called King Gel. It's like $500 in this big tube. It's, that works for me. So lots of oils, and gels. And also I do very low maintenance styling. I find that the less you manipulate your hair, the more you give your hair a chance to grow and just be its beautiful self. So I don't style my hair excessively.
That's very good. I always hear about people saying, the less manipulation in your hair, that definitely helps your hair to grow. So that's something that I like to try from time to time with my own hair. So I want to ask you about a moment. Maybe you've had multiple moments because, like we mentioned, you've been in this, longer than a lot of the people I've had on the show. But when was there a moment when you were most proud of your natural hair?
It happened for me last year. And it happened when I went to this boutique in town trying to find an outfit for something. And a mom and a little girl walked up to me, and the girl was so excited to touch my hair.
Oh,
Like, she's
wow.
maybe like about 5 or 6 years old. She's like, "Oh my God, you have hair just like me, and it's so pretty. Can I touch it?" Girl, I was moved
Mhm.
beyond moved. And I think
Mhm.
that has been my proudest moment, because I felt like this is why Denisha and I started this. This is why we do this. And it was really nice to have that instant gratification in that moment.
Yeah, I think that's beautiful. And I'm sure that she's going to remember that for a very, very long time. So that's very, very nice. We have another question. Can you take us through your wash day? What does a wash day look like?
Okay, so my wash day starts with pre-pooing the night before, and that's basically where I douse my head with coconut oil, or sometimes I'll do like an oil mixture, and then
Mhm.
I sleep with a shower cap so it doesn't ruin my satin pillowcase. And then in the morning, typically I will do a co-wash. I don't usually shampoo unless my hair has a lot of buildup.
Okay.
So I'll just do a co-wash where I section my hair in the shower, and I also detangle my hair as well. And then I start the wash with warm water to get all the oils and products out. And then I do a second wash using cold water to seal my cuticles. After doing that, I will also do a hair mask. I think right now I'm using the Maui Moisture hair mask. I'll
Mhm.
use that, or I'll use something homemade like maybe a bentonite clay mask or an avocado and banana mask. I do a lot of DIY stuff with my hair.
Mhm.
So I'll apply that in the shower, put the shower cap on, do work around the house for maybe 45 minutes to an hour, let the natural heat do its thing, then go
Mhm.
back to the shower, rinse that out. And then once I leave the shower, I also dry my hair with a microfiber towel. I don't use regular towels on my hair because I find that it makes my hair very frizzy and it breaks my hair. So I dry with a
Mhm.
microfiber towel, and then I style it. And styling is usually applying a leave-in conditioner, applying a curling smoothie. Right now, I'm also using the Maui Moisture curl smoothie. And then after that, I'm going to apply some sort of oil or butter on top. So that's my basic wash day, which is literally a day.
A
It
day. I
takes
was
so
just
long.
about to say that. I'm sitting here like, this is really a day. And it's from, I heard you say you pre-poo from the night before. So I'm like, wow. If the
Hmm.
days you're washing, nobody could get you like to do anything. Because
No.
that's a wash day for you guys. That is
Yes.
definitely a wash day. So before we wrap up today's interview, I always like to end where the person I'm interviewing leaves an encouragement for our fellow naturalistas, because this journey can be hard for some people,
Yeah.
or even it can be good, and then just something happens, and then it's just you want to give up, or you want to go straight in. So I always like the person I'm interviewing to leave a piece of encouragement for our fellow naturalistas. So can you go ahead and do that for me, please?
Absolutely. So there are two things I want to say. The first is my personal mantra that has guided my life ever since I was a child, since I can remember. And that's my favorite Bible verse, which is, God did not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. And before I do anything at all in my life, whether it's combing my hair or applying for a new job, whatever it is, I always say that to myself and remember that there should be no fear in what I'm doing, because I have everything that I'm supposed to get. I'm already capable of doing it all before I do anything. So I just want to say, just remember something like that before you take any step. As it relates to your natural hair specifically, it's important that you let your hair be your hair. Your natural hair is not going to look like my natural hair, and vice versa. There are things that I wish my hair could do, and there are things that I'm sure you wish your hair could do. And I think when we want something that is not innately ours, that's when we become frustrated. And that's when we want to abandon the process. So it's important to understand your own hair, understand your own curl pattern, understand your own hair porosity, and find the beauty in that. There is no sense being a naturalista, but still wanting your hair to look slick and smooth like straight hair does. Ain't gonna work, sis. So make sure that you find what is your special thing about your hair, and everybody's hair has it.
I like that. Make sure you find what's special with your hair. And everybody has their own unique thing that makes them special. And so does your hair. So before you go, we do have another question for you. And it's, how often do you wash your hair?
Okay, so if I'm doing that actual wash day routine that I mentioned to you, I'll do that every 2 weeks, right? But if I'm hurrying to go to work, sometimes in the shower, I will just wash my hair with conditioner if I'm just trying to get out of the door. And that I would do at least once a week.
At least once a week. Okay, so there you have it. Tamika, I want to thank you again for coming on. This was indeed a pleasure. I hope it was as fun for you as it was for me. I just want to remind everyone to like this video, share this video with your friends, your family, and of course, hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel. Before Tamika leaves, I just want to announce that on Sunday we'll be having a giveaway, so make sure that you watch that episode so that you go win some stuff, okay? Yay! So Tamika, I want to thank you once again for coming on and for being a part of this episode. You are my last person for the year, so you're closing out the season with me. So until next time, guys, this is Acacia or KK with Tamika, and we are both saying goodbye.
Bye.